Hey everybody. Oh my goodness, I don't know if this is going to happen today. This Facebook is doing something weird today. Let's see if you guys can find me. It just flipped around as soon as I went live so you could see out my window without me even touching it. I don't know what's happening. Okay. I think we're good. You guys, I asked you last week if your Facebook app is freezing up on you, on your phones. Mine's doing it all the time, just freezing right up. I can't type. I can't do anything. I have to wait like 15, 20 seconds and then it's fine. And some of you said your app was doing that too. And my husband swears his isn't doing it. So tell me that it's not just me. And then if your Facebook app is acting up, do you have an iPhone? He blames it on that because he's not an iPhone person. But anyways, hi guys, I'm glad you're here. It's been a weird start already. UPS man just left. Camera's acting weird. Facebook's doing weird things. I don't know. Hopefully we're good today. Hopefully. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to share you over to my page and then we'll get that out of the way and then we'll get started. Hopefully I shared that in the right place. Hopefully. Let's see. Uh-oh. Don't you hate when you hear your own voice? I don't like that. Okay, so Laurie, you have an iPhone and yours freezes too. The thing that my husband said, you just need to update your phone. Well, I got a new phone and it's doing that. It was doing it on my old phone and now it's doing it on my new phone. So I don't know. Both iPhones. And I love iPhone. I'm never giving up my iPhone, so he can just whatever. It was doing it, but better. You have an older iPhone, Debbie. Interesting. I don't want to say anything bad about Facebook because I love Facebook. I don't want to get in trouble because I really do. But it's frustrating. I almost can't use the app. I almost can't even just like scroll through it because it's freezing up. Okay, enough chatter. Let's get started. You know what? I think I'm going to flip you guys around early today. It's just easier for me to show you everything. You know what? Before I do, let's see, I shared, you know what? Let me tell you what we're doing today. You might have seen my little sneak peek over on Instagram. This is what we're doing today. The Parisan Beauty Bundle. And it's in the new spring catalog. I call it spring catalog. The official name is January to June 2020 Stampin' Up! Catalog. I'm calling it spring because here in Texas, it's the spring season, okay? So it's the spring catalog. Anyway, Parisan Beauty is in here. I have it marked page 14 to 15, all right? And I will be honest with you, at first glance, I was like, no, I don't need that. It's not my deal. I was wrong. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So hopefully today I'm going to show you that you need it too and that you can love it too. The one thing I think that kind of makes me think I didn't want it was the colors of the designer series paper. They're not my colors. And so I think that was what I kind of immediately, turned off. But now that I've played with them, I think it's totally changed my mind. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a watercolor card. We're going to do a little box that has a cookie in it and a fancy fold. Okay? So Parisan Beauty. Do any of you already have Parisan Beauty? I love it, and I didn't think I would. I'm trying to see what, yeah, Patty, I just saw you say, hello from Tornado Watch Okie. What in the world? It's not even the middle of January yet, and we're having this crazy weather. We're down here with some severe weather warnings, too. I don't know. Weirdness. Okay, I'm going to flip you guys around. Hold tight. Cross your fingers and your toes that nothing weird happens and that I don't lose you. Yeah, so we're supposed to have some severe weather. Not as bad as you guys up there, North Texas and Oklahoma. So prayers to you guys today. Hopefully this isn't a sign of the spring to come when it's January and we're having, weird tornado type weather. Okay, so Sandra, you're saying you don't have it. It wasn't your favorite either. It really didn't jump out to me, and I thought, I don't even know if I'm going to use that, but I ordered it because I'm crazy like that, and I love it. So hopefully today I'll show you some things that'll make you change your mind. Okay, so if you haven't joined me for Facebook Friday before, welcome. I do 3 projects, all using the same product theme in today's Parisian Beauty. If you hop over to pinkbuckaroo.com, I have typed up a big long post with all the projects as well as this PDF. It's under the last photo. If someone will go check it and make sure it uploaded, it was supposed to go up earlier. Measurements, products, everything that I'm going to tell you here, all the links, information that you need. Host code, if you put in an order between now and Monday at midnight, and it's a $35 minimum, I'll send you all 3 projects for free. Okay? Oh, and I didn't pull one of those out today to show you what that looks like. All right, and if you need a catalog, if you don't have one of these catalogs yet, let me know, please. I'd be happy to send you one of those and the celebration catalog. I'm looking for my projects so I can show you what they look like. The celebration catalog is right here as well. And as you may know, during January, February, March, with every $50 you spend, you get something free. If you spend $100, there's some other things you can choose for free, or you can get 2 $50 items. So yes, Brandy, we order everything. Yes, guilty. Anyways, that's the deal right now. Big brand new spring catalog and free celebration items with every $50 you purchase. And if you put in your order by Monday at midnight, I send you the make and takes. They look kind of like this. This was last week's. They go in the mail typically Wednesday of the following week, and then you can make them for yourself. All right, so let's look at some of the things that I wanted to tell you. The Valentine's class, I've had a huge response. Thank you very much to all of you who've already ordered. This is the Valentine class. It is the heartfelt, from my heart, Valentine treats class to go. 6 projects I'll send you for free with a free bolt of ribbon when you order the bundle and the little, they're down here somewhere, the little gems, and you use this host code. That's all you have to do. And you just order it by next Friday. What is that? I've lost my mind. The 17th. I was thinking 13th. I knew that wasn't right. So by the 17th, next Friday. And then the following week, I cut, pack, sort, ship them all to you for free. Make sure you use the host code. If that doesn't make sense and you have questions, please hop over to my blog and visit the page that has all the information. And many of you have asked me about the PDF. There is a PDF. If you just want the PDF option, it's at the bottom of the post, okay? All right, so there's that. So let me put that. I've made a new little cabinet right here where I can put all my stuff so it's not all over the place. My second class for the month is the Beautiful Poppies class, Peaceful Poppies. 5 cards, 2 3D items, and you get the elements and the white ribbon. This one's different. You register for the class and I order everything for you. You either get it with the stamp set and framelits, or dies as we're supposed to call them, or you order it without the stamps and dies if you already have them. So this one, the deadline's not till the end of the month, I believe the 25th. So you have some time on this. Again, you can click on the link over at my blog, pinkbuckaroo.com. And when I'm done here, I'm going to add all those links at the top too. You can click there as well. Okay. All right. There's that. Charlie has come in to say hello. He wants to know who I'm talking to. Hopefully the doorbell won't ring again. Tutorial bundle, the All-Star tutorial bundle for January. This is the last month of the subscription period. It's starting over in February. And next week I'm going to open up the registration for that. And the next round we're actually doing is 5 months instead of 6. I'm just trying to get organized and start at the beginning of the catalog. Anyways, I'll explain all of that later. And if you've already subscribed for the next round, don't worry, I've got you covered. It's all going to be the same. Anyhow, for now, for January, if you order $50 or more from me online at stampinup.com, I send you this tutorial for free. There are 12 tutorials by 12 different demonstrators from around the world, and they're all different. Some are cards, some are 3Ds. They all use new product. Here's mine, and look, it just so happens to use the Parisian Beauty as well. It's a little box bag gift thing. Is that a good description? But it is the free tutorial that I submitted this month to this. And I send these out once a week. So if you ordered in the last couple days, you'll have to wait a few days and I will get them out to you in the email. Okay? In the email, that sounds weird. In your email, via email. You guys, Paper Pumpkin, the one that came December. This is the one that came December, and it's called Something for Everything, and it's a great set of cards, just good old-fashioned cards. And I used Happy Birthday on all of mine because I need happy birthday cards. But look at the stamp set that came with it. If you're not a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, it's a monthly kit. And this one really impressed me because the stamp set was huge. And it's Something for Everything. Isn't that what it's called? Yeah, Something for Everything. It's got all these sentiments. Well, I got mine done, and I just so happened to have 2 extra kits right here unopened. It comes with the ink, and my ink's not in here, but it comes with the ink and everything you need to make the card. So if you're interested in buying my extra Paper Pumpkin kits, they're $24. That includes shipping from me to you. Let me know, message me or email me, and the first 2 people I hear from will get them, okay? All right, let's move that out of the way. Oh, and I need to tell you, today is the last day to register for Paper Pumpkin. If you want this month's, the 10th, isn't today the 10th? What's today? It's the 10th, right? Yeah, so today's the last day to either sign up for Paper Pumpkin or up your subscription, which is what I did because it's going to be Valentine's this month. So if you want more Valentine projects, you can up your subscription, you know, to 2, 3, 10, 20, however many boxes that you want. You just go into your subscription and there's a place in there to do that, and then you can change it back for the next month if you want to. So make sure you do all that by today. I will add that link here in the video as well when I'm done. The last little announcement I want to tell you is the starter kit. During celebration, the starter kit is an amazing deal. It's always an amazing deal, but now it's like an extra amazing deal. For $99, if your wish list is over $99, you should consider this starter kit because it's anything that you want. I mean, they don't tell you what to put in your starter kit. It's whatever stamps you want, whatever punch, tool, ink, whatever it is on your wish list that you want, up to $125. And then it's only $99 and it's free shipping. Then, because it's celebration, you also get the baby trimmer. It's not called the baby trimmer, that's what I call it. The cute little mini trimmer, which I'm going to set out because we're going to use today. And you also get a stamp set of your choice. And I'm telling you guys, find the most expensive stamp set on your wish list. Last week I said the celebration one, and then my friend Kay was like, no, there's some other ones that are even more expensive, and I pulled this one because this is the one that I really love. Well said. So you can get that for free. You get a paper sampler for free. And they've been adding paper pumpkins to the kit as well. So like a ton of stuff for just $99. I'm going to add that link up there. Again, it's at the top of my blog, pinkbuckaroo.com, if you want to find out more. The benefits of buying the starter kit from me are you get all my PDFs, my monthly PDFs for free. You get my class kits at a significant discount. You're just paying costs for those projects. And then you just get to be part of my team, and we have all kinds of fun challenges, training, make and takes every month, and it's an awesome deal. So you guys, if your wish list is over $99, please look into the starter kit and let me know if you have questions. Okay? I feel weird that it's just my hands. My ring keeps turning over. Look, it keeps just falling down, my new ring. I've got to get it fixed. Or something. It's too big, I think. All right, winners from last week. Becky Barber and Jenny Zalea. Sorry, Jenny, if I said that wrong. The 2 of you were randomly chosen. Thank you for sharing my video last week. My Facebook Live, they shared it on Facebook. So they won a prize. They got the genuine gems and some holiday rhinestones to go. I will mail these as soon as I hear from you two. Please send me your mailing address. This week I'm giving away 2 new things from the spring catalog under my umbrella. So cute. And some epoxy dots or epoxy droplets. I thought they looked like raindrops. They'll go good with that stamp set. And with the weather that we're getting, right, Debbie and Patty, this is a good good stamp set for today. So all you have to do to be entered to win this is share the video on Facebook, and I will pick 2 winners next week. All right, I think we've reached the end of the daily announcements, and it's time for class to begin. I feel like a teacher when I do that. All right, is this straight? Can you guys see it? Here's this week's host code, right? Is this the right one? I didn't even double check that it's the right one. I think so. Ooh, is it crooked? I don't want it to be crooked. No, there it's straight. When you do Facebook Live, you guys, you're on a delay. So I watch you over here like this, but it's delayed. And so if I do something, it's like about 8 seconds over there before I actually see what's happening. Okay, so today, Parisian Beauty. Let me show you in the catalog. Page 14 and 15 is the beginning. And I'm going to be honest, this pink is not my favorite. I like it for certain things, but not as a pink. And I was just very like, that's not my favorite. No. And I was like, well, you know, maybe the Eiffel Tower is cute. I don't know, maybe. So I got it and I love it. One thing I didn't use is this, and it is awesome. I did use it in December, that Parisian Flourish 3D embossing folder. And then you turn the page. We're going to use the other dies, the cherry blossom dies too. And here you go. Just really good. If you like the Parisian Blossom bundle, make sure you use the bundle number. See right here, it says save 10%. And if you use that number, you're getting both of those at a 10% discount. All the bundles are discounted. But if you were to enter the die number and the stamp number, you wouldn't get the discount. Then the computer doesn't automatically say, oh, ding, 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 discount. No, you have to use that special number right there. And I've put it on the PDF today, okay? So make sure you use the right number if you decide to order the Parisian Beauty. Okay, so we're going to do, let's see, which one do I want to do first? We'll do the one that's right here in front of me. Right here. We'll do the easy one first. All right. This card, actually, this is the card that we're making. And this card is a case of another card that I did in December with my bingo group. For my Stampin' Bingo, I always do it right before a new catalog so that I can kind of show off some of the new stuff. But I do bingo long distance as well. And so I can't use new stamp sets because say you're my customer and you're playing Stampin' Bingo in December, you have no access to those stamps yet. So I used a different stamp set. This is from Here's a Card, but everything else is Parisian Beauty. And this one uses that petal pink. And it opens like that. And I absolutely love this one. Like I said, petal pink isn't always my favorite color, but I love petal pink with smoky slate. And I actually remember seeing a girl at our mailbox one day with pink and gray on and thought, I've got to remember that. So when I started making this card, I put that gray with it and I was like, yeah, oh yeah, that's perfect. I remember that outfit. But anyways, the colors were already there. It gives you, you know, Stampin' Up! Makes it easy for you to color coordinate. So anyway, this is what we did for bingo, but I wanted to change it up and do the other color in the DSP, which is Pool Party. So this is what we're going to make today. It opens like this and like that. Okay, and you could always stamp your sentiment inside. Now I'm going to do a die cut here. Merci means thank you in French. And notice over here I used this is new ribbon, petal pink with champagne, the champagne edge on it. But over here for Pool Party, I didn't have any Pool Party ribbons, so we're going to turn this ribbon into Pool Party ribbon, okay? Okay, so let me tell you what you need. Let me get it out. This card's really pretty easy. First, you're going to need a piece of smoky slate that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you're going to need a piece of Pool Party that is let me look at my notes. No, I remember. 3 1/4 by 10. See, and then I just folded it in half, okay? And then I cut some of that beautiful designer series paper. You can see the Eiffel Towers on the back. This is 3 by 4 3/4. Okay, so we're going to put that there. Now we've got to make that little gate that opens, and this is another piece of smoky slate that is 1 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I've scored it at 1. I'm going to turn it on this side and fold that in, and in a minute we're going to put it behind there like that, okay? But let's make it a banner. Let's take I'm going to use the tailored tag punch and just punch the end of that to make a banner. And now we can go ahead and assemble. So let's put adhesive right here. Close your card and put it on the back. See how I put it on the back? And it closes over like that. And then put adhesive there. Now this little design could be for anything really. I mean, you could do this with different papers and different stamps and stuff. It's just a fun little fold, little gate that goes over. Pretty cool, right? Okay, now let's get to the star of the show, which is the Eiffel Tower. And we're going to cut out also the Merci, which is right here. And we have to be careful with the Merci because the little tiny dot for the eye will get lost. Ask me how I know. The first time I did it, I had to cut another one because I couldn't find it. It's teeny tiny, okay? So we're gonna be real careful with that so we don't lose it. Now, I originally did this card with silver foil, but I am totally out of silver foil. So we're doing champagne foil today, which looks like my piece is a little bit too skinny, but it's still going to work. So champagne foil, which is very similar. It's a little, what would you say, pinker, a little more pink maybe, and it's going to work just fine. Now, when I send you the make and takes, if you put your order in, you will probably get champagne because I don't know if I will have silver. I may have to order and get it quickly. All right, now we're going to take this off right here. Look at that. Didn't that cut beautifully? But it's got all those doodads in it, so we're going to use the die brush. And this is the attachment die brush that goes on the Take Your Pick tool. And I hope, did I upload that on the PDF? I updated that PDF today. I don't know if I uploaded the updated one. And we're just going to get all those doodads out. Now, I should have run it through twice. I'm seeing that I should have run it through twice. Whenever it's a real intricate die, you want to go through twice through your die cut machine. We'll get them out. We'll get them out. I just did clean recordings of this right before. Look at that. They're not wanting to come out today. And these came out beautifully. It's because we're live. Things happen when you're live. I don't know why. All right, there we go. Well, that's good enough. We're going to cover all that up anyway. Okay, now we've got these silver doodads all over the place. I'm going to unscrew this because I need to put this end back in. Hello, everybody who's joining. Thank you for sharing, all of you. I do appreciate it. Now, let's see. We're going to set that aside. Let's adhere this on here. Okay. Now, I'm going to put this on here so that it's like that. And I'm going to put my adhesive right here. See these kind of thick parts of the Eiffel Tower? I'm going to take my frenemy, the fine tip glue pen. It's my frenemy because I'm a mess and it makes me even more of a mess. I don't have my piercer. I would get all those out, but I don't have my piercer. All right, so don't squeeze. Just let it come out because it comes out on its own. If you squeeze, you're going to have too much. All right. I need to go a little bit higher like that. Now, I'm going to set that over here. Oh, darn it. Hold, please. Close your eyes. Don't watch. That's my Eiffel Tower slides off. Okay, I put a punch on it to hold it down. That's what we needed to do. Oh my gosh. Look at my, let's keep it real today, you guys. Look at this mess right here. Now, can I see to put that back in? All right. Now, I told you we were going to change this ribbon. This ribbon looks like this. This is just the white and silver edged ribbon. And we're going to color it with our Stampin' Blends. If you've never colored your ribbon with your Stampin' Blends, it works beautifully. The Stampin' Blends are alcohol markers. So the alcohol will dry. It won't come off. And my pool party is almost dead. I need to add it to my list. I use pool party a lot. So color it in. Oh, come on. Are we completely dead today? Is this the kind of day? Is this the kind of Facebook Friday we're going to have? It was going so good today. I've been having such a productive day. Haven't talked about the rabbits much lately, you guys, but my girls are in the middle of rabbit season. They raise rabbits for 4-H here in South Texas. It's not just a Texas thing, but it's pretty common here. And their show is in a week and a half, and we have some giant rabbits. The rabbits can't be over 5 pounds, and we have one that's almost 5 pounds. So I usually keep you guys updated with the craziness of the rabbits. And this year, I don't know, I'm kind of burnt out on rabbits and 4-H, but I think they might do pretty good if we can keep those rabbits not getting too terribly big. All right, now I cut one of these. I told you I would cut some of the blossoms from the cherry blossom dies. So that's what this is from in Whisper White. I'm going to fold up those petals just a little bit and put that right there. Now let's bring over our Merci. Thank you, Jennifer. That's very sweet of you. What punch was featured in your starter kit box in the front? That's a new punch. So what I put in my starter kit there was just a sample of what you might choose. It doesn't have to be what's in your starter kit, but that punch is new, and it's called, let's see, I've typed it twice on a supply list, on other supply lists. Help me out. It's called something pretty, who knows? Somebody's going to know before I get the catalog out. Somebody's going to tell us. Nope, I need to put that all the way through. I was thinking I didn't. Merci, a few dots. I'll tell you in just a second, okay, Jennifer? And we're going to just put that. I cut that in basic gray. Now, a little dot right there. Just a little dot. Ooh, that looks a little bit too big for our little dot. Label me pretty, Andrea. Winner, winner. Andrea got it. That is called the label. What did label me pretty? I knew it had pretty in the word. I was thinking color me pretty. But no, label me pretty. Yeah, it's in the new catalog, the 2020 spring catalog. It's a good one. I love it. It's a big surface, that punch. I can't believe I haven't used it in Facebook Live yet, but it's good. All right, now my ribbon is colored, and I want to say something about this, but my friends made fun of me in my presentation on stage when I said the ribbon gets stiff. That's all I'm going to say about it. It does, and I like to tie ribbon that is stiff. My friends are immature. That's all I have to say. All right, there we go. What do you guys think? Cute. Now look, I noticed my Eiffel Tower is too low. You see that? So this, I probably should have moved this up a little bit. So when you do yours, look at the other one. When you do yours, let's see how, do it just maybe a little bit up so that your Eiffel Tower is down here and not at the very bottom, okay? Oh, wait, I forgot the sparkling little stars all around. And I forgot to do that this afternoon when I did the clean recording. So get take your pick tool and get those rhinestones. This time I'm just using regular rhinestones. We're going to use the new rhinestones in a little while. There we go. Now, voila. You know, I took 4 years of French, 2 in high school and 2 in college, and I know nothing. My friend Ange McKay speaks French. She teaches French, so she could say some beautiful French things, but I cannot. All right, there you go, guys. Project number 1. I hope you like it. A fun thank you card. All right, let's move all this out of the way and let's do the next one, which is my favorite. All right, let me clean off. I can't stand when I see the recording of Facebook Friday in my news feed all week and I can see junk all over the table. I don't like it. All right, the next one is somewhere around here. Where did it go? It's right here. It's turned upside down. Okay, now look at all the supplies I have. This is a big one. This is a fun card. It's a technique card that is well worth it. And each time you make this card with this background, it's going to look different. I've done the background about 7 times now, and every time it looks different. So we'll see what it looks like today, okay? Let me get everything out. Look, here's another one that I did. And I have to tell you, this card, look, see how this one looks different? This card was inspired and suggested by my friend and assistant, Denise. She comes and helps me cut and sort and pack and makes projects and does all kinds of wonderful things. So she said to me the other day, this reminds me of the watercolor technique that you do in the background. You should do a Paris, you know, like the twinkling stars, a twinkling Eiffel Tower with the sky in the background. And I was like, oh my gosh, perfect idea. She went to Paris recently, and I sent her this card last night to show her, or this morning. Denise, are you listening? Anyway, she sent me a video of the twinkling Eiffel Tower, and it was so beautiful. I first decided, okay, what does it look like? What does the sunset and the Eiffel Tower look like? Oh, now Amazon is here. Charlie, go outside. Go outside. Go. I thought we were done with deliveries today. Anyway, here is the picture. Hold on, you guys. All I have to do is snap my fingers and they run, but then they come back. Okay, Amazon, I heard you. Goodbye. Why can't they just do 1 delivery a day, you guys? Instead of like bringing 5 things 5 times a day. Breathe. Okay, we're back. Yep, Debbie, thank you. Charlie says hello. He says he wants to eat the Amazon delivery man. Okay, so this is what I did. I Googled Eiffel Tower at sunset, and look at that gorgeous picture. I got pretty close, don't you think? I was thinking Flirty Flamingo, Gorgeous Grape, and Rococo Rose in here. And this one I decided that it wasn't dark enough up here and down here. So this actually has 2 layers of color, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, okay? Hopefully the dogs don't bark anymore and you can hear me. You guys, I had to do a conference call yesterday with my team, and it was a nightmare. I was babysitting my mom's puppy, and it was like that, but like the whole time. Okay, let's get started, okay? We're also going to emboss that Eiffel Tower in gold. In case those of you who've never joined me before, I have 2 schnauzers. It feels like I have 10, and they like to bark a lot. All right, so I have taped a piece of watercolor paper to just a junky cardstock backing, okay? And I took painter's tape and went all around the edge. I cut it down. Our pieces are a little bit bigger than this, but I cut it down to be 1/2 an inch bigger than I wanted it, which we're gonna cut it down with our little baby trimmer in a minute to about 4 by 5 1/4. I tried to only put a little bit of an edge there with my blue tape, okay? Now I've got a clear block. I'm doing this differently. You've seen me watercolor before, probably, where I use the stamp pad, but this time I wanted the color really dark, so I'm using ink refills, and I'm going to just put them here on my block as I go, and I'm going to add water to them. Now I want my piece to be really wet so that the colors will really blend. So I've got a mister. Stampin' Up! Sells these. They're 2 for $3. You get 2 of them in a pack, and you can put water and you can put alcohol with ink and make it colors or whatever, but I've just got water. Now I'm going to take my aqua painter, and an aqua painter is like a paintbrush, kind of like a marker. You untwist it, you fill it with water, and then if you squeeze it, the water comes out. So Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to start at the bottom and just keep going up. I want it the darkest Flirty Flamingo on the bottom and the darkest Gorgeous Grape on the top. Okay, now in the middle, I'm going to do some Rococo Rose, and you guys are going to laugh. Look at my Rococo Rose, and now you're going to know why it looks like that. Because look, it doesn't have the little dropper, and both times I've used it this week, I have forgotten, and I have dumped ink refill out on my block. I was so nervous I was going to forget and do that today. All right, now I'm going to add some of this Rococo Rose here in the middle. Can you see how much water I have? It's just bleeding and blending in to each other. All right, now back to the Flirty Flamingo, up into that Rococo Rose. And there's really no wrong way to do this. And some of you out there are probably like, oh, I would do that totally different. Well, that's totally fine. You do it however you want. And like I said, every time you do it, it's going to look a little bit different. Now here's Gorgeous Grape. And Gorgeous Grape is very dark. I squirted a little bit of water in there just to start. And I'm going to start at the top and just bring it down like this. I think I might have to start putting those dogs in the kennel again. I hate doing that. But every time I try to do something, they just go crazy. It doesn't help that my office is right by the front door of the house. I need a paper towel. Oh, right here, I have one. Look, I'm prepared. All right, now I'm going to go back with my Flirty Flamingo. I'm right here by the front of the house, so I can't, ignore somebody at the door. Let's do a little more Rococo Rose, and I think we're good. Now, of course, you guys know I love to use the salt. This is coarse kosher salt. Okay, and you could use smaller salt. You're going to get a totally different look if you use smaller salt, but it works the same. And what it's going to do is leave little speckles in our watercolor paper. And you can see how much water I used around the edge. So this is going to take a while to dry. If you're doing this at home, put it under your ceiling fan if you have one, or take it outside and set it in the sun if you have sun. Otherwise, it's going to take a good 20 minutes to dry because I used a ton of water. But for the sake of the video, of course, I have one that's done already. Actually, I have two that are done, but we're going to use this one. So can you see what that salt has done? It's kind of created little, almost like, I don't know how to describe that, pockmarks, little, and the water has created those little lines. I just love it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to brush all this off into the trash can. And now I'll just peel it off with that painter's tape. You can also use washi tape. But I was finding when I use a lot of water that the washi tape wasn't sticking very well. And the washi tape tends to tear the paper a little bit more than the painter's tape. So the last time I was at Home Depot, I just bought myself a little painter's tape to keep in here. Okay, now it's gorgeous, isn't it? All right, so I'm going to cut it down. I want to cut that border off, so I'm going to get it to 4. And then 5 1/4, I'm going to have to guess. Let's see, we can hold this one and see, or I could use my bigger trimmer, but I love my baby trimmer. I want to use it. There we go. So beautiful, isn't it? So beautiful. All right, now, oh, another thing I was going to tell you. So I've set mine aside. You know what? Disaster waiting to happen right here. So I've set mine aside over there to dry. And if you wanted to make your color really intense, brush off that salt and do the whole thing again. So you're adding layers of color. You don't have to, and you can get pretty good color on there. I made it too short, didn't I? You know what? I have another one over here. Let's see. And that one's too fat, but I do like that one. I don't know. I do like this one too. Nope, that's too short. I'm going to make that into something else. Let's cut this one to 4. I'm going to use this one. What was I saying? So you can add lots of color. You can go back and add layers of color. You can do it several times to get a really intense color. You just have to be patient and let it dry. Okay, so there we go. Now let's do the Eiffel Tower. I've got the Eiffel Tower stamp this time. And I've got a piece of gold foil. I'm using lots of foil today. In the next project, we're going to use silver foil. I'm going to use my embossing buddy. I find that, especially on the foil, the embossing powder likes to stick where it's not wanted. I love this technique too, Vicki. I swear I can't go a week without doing it. It's my favorite. All right, Versamark ink, which is just a clear ink that you can't see, but it's going to grab these gold embossing powder granules, if that's the right word, and it's going to hold on to them. And then when we hit it with a heat tool, it's going to turn shiny and gorgeous. All right, good. Let's see. Let's do a little bit more right there. Voila. I should have printed out some French words. and spoke like I knew French while we're doing these projects. Okay, now you're going to use your heat tool, and it's going to take a few seconds, and by few I mean about 15 or 20 seconds, to really get to the temperature that requires the heat, the level of heat that is required to turn these crystals shiny. And when you're doing it, you'll see that they turn shiny, and you know, because you're kind of thinking, okay, what's happening? How am I going to know when this is done? Once it starts, you'll know. And there, can you guys see that? The foil really is curling a lot too. I noticed that earlier, but we'll flatten it back out. Don't stick your hand in the embossed image for a good 5 or 10 seconds because it is kind of wet. I have run it through the die cut machine before it was dry, or a punch. It dries real fast, but sometimes I'm faster. Okay, I think we got it all. Let's see. Yep, looks pretty good. All right. And don't hold your fingers there where you're using the tool because it's hot. It's very hot. All right, let's bring this guy back over. Find all the pieces right here. And let me straighten it out a little bit and grab my dies. Hello, everybody. I see some of you are joining me. Yeah, I cut that one too short, didn't I? It was pretty close. Is that what you were saying, Elizabeth? Pretty close. What I'll do is I will mat it on something else and then put it on a card base. You know, every oops can be fixed. It can be covered. It can be embellished. It can be just lots of things that you can do to cover those oops. And that one was really pretty too. All right, so we've got our Eiffel Tower. Let's make this little piece. It's a 1 inch by 4 1/4 little piece of Whisper white cardstock, and the stamp I believe is in the other basket right here. I'm going to stamp. This is kind of just a scripty. I don't even know what it says. I love you till my heart could burst. All I love and all I want. I don't know. It's very scripty, but I don't think it's meant to be read. It looks like my grandmother wrote it. My grandmother she had a very scrolly handwriting. Just kind of creating a piece that has words on it is what I'm doing there. All right, now we're going to put that right there, right across. And then I've got a piece of gorgeous grape. Taryn says you could try heating it from the bottom. It might not curl so bad. That's true. You could try that. But it's straightened out just fine too. There we go. A piece of gorgeous grape designer series paper from the Brights stack. I lost my train of thought. Now let's get some dimensionals. And we're going to need big and small. So I'm going to put big here. And then the babies. The baby dimensionals right there, and we'll put one up here at the top. I have not been to Paris. My daughter wants to go to Paris as her graduation present from high school next year. She has a, as my dad would say, champagne taste on a beer budget. And you know what? It's hard for me to say no because I want to go too. But if we were to go, then, you know what, I'm going to use this glue right now. If we were to go, then it would require taking because her sisters aren't going to say, oh yeah, sure, I'll stay home. And my husband's going to want to go. And Denise said maybe that should be her college graduation present. We shall see. We shall see. All right, now I have die cut this word, amore. Amore. I don't know. It's French. It means love. And I'm going to put that there. But this isn't a love card. Don't worry. I'm going to put a sentiment inside that's going to change this from being a love card. Now, it could be. This could be your Valentine card for your significant other. But let's put on those rhinestones. Rhinestones, where are you? Right here. And this is the little twinkling stars in the background. Now the video that Denise sent me of that Eiffel Tower twinkling was amazing. And she said, you know, we could do like gold splatters. And I was like, oh, that would be gorgeous. So if you make this card, you should try gold splatters. All right, we'll just put a few in the night sky. Oh my gosh, how gorgeous. All right, let's open it up and hope that that amour is dry. We'll see. All right, inside. The sentiment, I like the sentiment a lot. This could be for lots of things. Follow your heart. It will take you to incredible places. I like that a lot. I was thinking graduation, new job, change of, you know, who knows, life circumstances. And then that turns this, I think that turns this card into a different, it's not necessarily a love card, but just, you know, a love for life card maybe. All right, here's a little, what do you call that? A postmark. Fleur de Flamingo, I'm stamping off and then stamping right there. Doing it again, stamping off and stamping it down here at the bottom. Oh, I shouldn't have closed the gorgeous grape. There's Denise, her Facebook profile picture is the Eiffel Tower. Look at that, Denise, I didn't even realize that. There we go. She was the one that gave me the idea for this card. Yay, I'm glad you're here, Denise. All right, let's see, did it stick? Did it fall off? All right, there it is. My favorite card of the day. What do you guys think? Look, everyone looks different. That looks more like it's nighttime. That one looks like it's got clouds and stuff in there, which that picture that I printed really looked, I was trying to get those colors to kind of mix in. Where did I put that picture? See right here how it had the pink up in there? That looks more like that. So pretty. Now, Denise, we should try the night sky also and do like a real dark blue and purple. I think that would be pretty after the sunset. All right. I hope you guys like that card. Thank you very much. I'm going to clean up and I've got one more project for you. This time a 3D project. Let's see. Get this out of here. We'll move these over here. And we need these. I'm talking to myself. There we go. Okay, the last project is a 3D project, a box, and there's a little bit of a debate. I don't know if my mom is on here watching today. I messaged her this morning, and I said, Mom, what are these, how do you say this? Are they, and Denise actually found these for me too. Denise, maybe you know, Madelines. My mom says Madeline. That doesn't sound right. I think it's Madeline. But my mom's always right, so she probably is right. Madeline. Anyway, these are little French cookies. Denise found these at Costco, and we use these for Stampin' Bingo, little treats at Stampin' Bingo. So that's what I made the box for. I've been trying desperately not to eat them because I knew I wanted to make another project with them. I also saw them at Target this last week, and I don't know if they were individually wrapped or not. I can't remember. They were in the bakery area. But if they're not, you could always put it in a cello bag, tape it closed, and then put it in the box. Okay? Okay, here's the project right here. Here is the project. Now, the colors in this designer series paper, I told you, were kind of strange. But when you start to isolate them, they look really good. Petal Pink and Cherry Cobbler. I would never have thought to put those together, and they look really well, really, really good together. So anyway, this has a belly band like this, slides off, and there's your little cookie in there. Okay? I'm going to call it a cookie since I don't know the right way to say it. Madeline. I should start a poll. Okay. Let's make the box first. Oh, I got to get everything out. What time is it? Okay, I got good. I got 10 minutes. No problem. I can get this done in 10 minutes. Got to pick Addie up from school. I always put the things I need first on the bottom of the basket. Why do I do that? Oh, jeez. Okay. Here we go. Now, I need to look at my notes so I can remember. Here it is. And we need the Simply Scored. This is a pretty easy box, like a gift box with a lid. You can make this in lots of sizes, but we're using the cherry cobbler is 5.5 by 7. Look, I didn't even put cherry cobbler. 5.5 by 7 cardstock, and we're going to score it at 1.5. 1.5 all the way around. Okay, then I've got the designer series paper. I'm using a different, let's see, I've made 2 of these, and we're going to use a different pattern. So I used the little locks. This time we'll use the fleur-de-lis, right? That's what that's called, fleur-de-lis. I should have done my research on French. This one is 6 by 4.5. And this time we're just going to score it at 1 inch. Being very careful when you score your designer series paper, because if you push too hard, rip, it'll go right through. I have a heavy hand as it is, so I have to be real careful. All right, let's do the box bottom first. Grab your bone folder, my bone folder. Don't worry, don't panic. I don't know what that is. Don't panic. It's just a stain. Isn't that awful? Can you tell what I did with that? I used it to re-ink my ink pads. I put the re-inker on my ink pad, and then I use that to spread it around. Because I'm lazy, and I didn't want to walk in the kitchen and get a spoon, a plastic spoon, which is a much better tool to use. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. No problem. Glad you're here. All right, so we cut the corners off. Now on the short sides, just cut up on those score lines like that. And then all you're going to do is put adhesive on, on the triangles. Now I am using a long since forgotten adhesive, and I am almost to the end, so you guys can stop hearing me say that. But you should use Tombow liquid or tear and tape. Those are the 2 that I suggest. Do not use snail or a tape runner, a normal tape runner, because your box will fall apart. All right, so I pushed those up into the sides. Can you see how I did that? Now for the lid, we're going to do the exact same thing. And one thing, I better use this. One thing I did not do was put a shim on the Simply Scored to create a slightly larger lid. And you can do that. I've showed you guys how to do that in the past. This time I didn't do it because this is a pretty small box and a pretty small, shallow lid. And so even though they are the same size, just squeezing the box a little bit will help that lid go on. And I'll show you. But if you prefer for it to not have to be that way, all you have to do is take about 5 Post-it notes and put it on the left side of your Simply Scored where you put your paper. So you put your Post-it notes there, and then turn your paper every time when you're scoring, and it creates just a lid that is just a hair bigger than the box bottom. All right, there we go. And we're gonna put those in. You guys want to hear something crazy that happened at my house last night? First of all, my husband has been sick for weeks. He has asthma, and we have mountain cedar here in South Texas, which has triggered his asthma. He hasn't had asthma problems in 4 or 5 years. Okay, let me just show you this, and then I'll tell you what happened. So then it just, if you squeeze, see how I just squeeze that in a little bit, and it goes on perfectly. But if you don't want to have to do that, use that shim, okay? So there it is. So last night, my husband, every night, cough, 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 cough. I'm trying to be loving, trying not to be angry, but the coughing and the snoring, you know how that goes. So anyways, that wasn't what happened last night. I'm already not sleeping good. Suddenly, in the middle of the night, there was this giant, horrible crash. Like breaking glass, like the house has caved in. I mean, loud. This is that petal pink ribbon that goes with the suite. You'll find it on the same page. So I just tied that around. My husband jumps out of bed and goes into our bathroom, and then our master closet is connected to our bathroom. And the entire rack that his clothes are on, the shelf, has fallen. Just come out of the wall. Why am I getting this? No, that's not what I need. See, I can't talk and stamp at the same time. The whole thing just fell into our closet. This came right out of the wall. All his clothes, everything that was on top of the shelf. It was ridiculous. So now, in my bedroom, all that stuff is piled up on my bed. Oh, it was weird. We've lived here for 8.5 years. That thing has been hanging. I'm looking for that other stamp we used just a minute ago. That has been hanging in our closet. Our house was built 8.5 years ago. And it just decided to fall right out of the wall. Has anybody ever had that happen before? Crazy. Terrifying. And then, of course, your heart's racing. This is that same scripty stamp. This is a Whisper White Stitched So Sweetly label. The new stitched dies that are in the spring catalog that have the scalloped rectangles and then all these label shapes. So I'm going to stamp this in Cherry Cobbler. So really weird. All day I just have kind of off. I don't know. So once again, I didn't sleep well because my closet's falling apart, falling in on itself. Now this is just a Stampin' Sponge with some Cherry Cobbler. I'm going to go around the edge and give our tag just a defined edge. Okay. I probably used a little bit too much there. Oops, nope, we still need this. Okay, now we're going to cut. I have already cut a couple of things out. I have cut, and we can lose this ugly paper. Let's get this out of here. I have cut another cherry blossom flower. You're kidding, Pam, 3 times? The prior owners didn't use stud finder when they put it up. Oh my gosh. My husband is in the construction industry, so I'm sure he's going to check on that when he comes home tonight and cleans up the closet. But it was just bizarre. And it's been 8.5 years. And nothing. So weird. And he said, I was just thinking I should probably clean out my closet and get rid of some of those clothes. Well, there you go. Now you have to. All right, so I stamped the fleur-de-lis in Cherry Cobbler, and we'll cut that out in just a second. I also cut out the swirl from silver foil. I don't think I said that. Now, I'm going to combine these 2 sentiments to make something else. I didn't like either of these for this box, but I'm going to combine them. Life is a magnificent adventure. You are the joy of my life. I'm going to put your magnificent. Okay? And the way we're going to do that, I want to read y'all's comments because I can see you're telling me stuff. Let's see. Putting Vicks on the bottom of your feet will help stop coughing. Elizabeth, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh my gosh. Poor thing. I mean, I feel bad. It's a bad cough. And he had to go to the emergency room twice last week for his asthma. But, oh my God, I'm tired. And I was coughing too. You guys know I had the cough too. But his is worse than mine. Now I'm going to cough. Post-it note. I covered all the words except for your. I'm going to ink it, take it off, and put it right there. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here, except I'm going to cover up everything but magnificent. I love doing this. I love piecing sentiments together to make something new. I used to do this all the time. I would go through the catalog to find something really different and fun. All right, so you're magnificent. Now, I'm going to get my little baby trimmer out again. This is what this is really good for. And I'm going to cut those words out. All right, so then you can just cut it. And yes, I took the guard off my trimmer. For shame, I know, for shame. Are you cringing because it's not there and I'm getting my fingers really close? Don't worry, I'm a professional. Okay, we got to do one more little cut and then we're going to put that tag together. I have heard of the Vicks. I just don't know if that will help him. And he says the cough, it's not like the asthma cough. It's very different. I'm worried he's developed something else like bronchitis or something. Poor guy. He doesn't have asthma and then boom, something will come and trigger it and he's in the emergency room. Last week was rough. We have something called mountain cedar in South Texas. It's the cedar trees when they release their pollen, and it makes the entire city, the entire region, just deathly sick. Real bad. Okay, let's layer all these together. This is one of those things that's hard to adhere, so I'm just going to put dimensionals on it right on top, and then I'm going to hide those dimensionals with those things that we cut out. So the cherry blossom, the cherry cobbler cherry blossom, which I know isn't the right color, but it's still just a flower. The fleur-de-lis. Then pneumonia is going. Now, is pneumonia specific like strep throat and flu? Is it a virus, or is pneumonia something you develop because you had something else like a virus or a cold or something? Because I was worried about that too. I actually Googled. I don't think it's pneumonia. I was thinking more bronchitis. All right. You're with the baby dimensionals. Magnificent. Fun. Fun, fun. He is allergic to cedar. Is that what you meant, Carla? Well, you know, what's funny is that cedar comes every year and doesn't bother either of us. And then boom, all of a sudden, there it is this year, and we're both dying. He's much worse than I was. Who knows? You know, we went hiking last Saturday, or the Saturday before, and I'm pretty sure that was what triggered, because that night we were both really sick. Fun times. Fun times, right? All right, our tag is completed. I'm just punching a hole in it, and I'm just going to tie it right here on the bow. So you guys are up to date with the craziness at the Serwin's house. Closets falling in on themselves. Big fat bunny rabbits in the backyard. Charlie is still Charlie. My mom has a new puppy. I think I told you guys that. Corgi. She's crazy adorable. There we go. What do you guys think? Madeline? Madeline? I don't know. A French cookie box. We'll call it a French cookie box. Okay, there we go. We have all of our projects done today. Have I changed your mind? Those of you that felt like, I don't know about the Parisian beauty. I definitely have changed my own mind. I really do love this. The paper doesn't have to be used like it's shown if you don't like the paper, which I think was my problem. I like it monochromatic with cherry cobbler and monochromatic over here with smoky slate. And I love the Eiffel Tower, the different ways you can do it. Stamping it. You know, I was going to show you a tag. Do I still have that tag out? This was the tag that I used at Bingo. I attached these to those cookies, and see that Eiffel Tower. I just stamped it tone on that petal pink. Petal pink, suddenly that sound wrong, right? Petal pink, yes. And just a little bit of it, and then I stamped a sentiment, thanks, there in cherry cobbler. Look, that's pretty too. So, you know, play around with it. Use different colors, use different papers, and you'll find that sometimes things just change when you use different colors, especially. Okay, you guys, I'm so glad you joined me today. It was fun, crazy as always. Thank you for being patient with me and with my dogs and Facebook. And I hope you enjoyed these projects. Remember, hop over pinkbuckaroo.com, grab this PDF. It's free. It's under the last photo. You'll see it there. It's linked in blue, and you can print it or save it. You have the measurements. And all the supplies I used are listed there. And then any of the things that we talked about, the Amazing Starter Kit, the Peaceful Poppies, or the From My Heart class, you can click on those links and it'll take you there to that information. If you want these for free, these 3 projects, make sure your $35 minimum order is in by Monday at midnight, okay? Good. I see lots of you saying I've changed your mind. Good. I'm glad. I definitely changed my mind once I started playing with it. You guys, thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Let me know if you have questions, and I will be back next Friday. I don't know what we're going to do next Friday. If you have a suggestion, let me know. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.